Hey, this is Badu from Brookdale Toyota, and I'm here to show you the brand new 2020 Toyota 4Runner. Now, if you've had a 4Runner or seen one in the past, you're going to recognize it because Toyota's really kept a lot of the same design elements. It worked. A lot of people love it. This is one of the last SUVs that's now using the truck frame as opposed to being just these crossovers. So if you're really looking for some serious off-roading, if you're going to do some heavy-duty towing, this is one of the ones you'd want to look at. Now, all of these 4Runners are powered by a 4-liter V6. It's been rock solid engine for us, getting 270 horsepower, just a little bit more torque, very capable. This particular model is our limited model, top of the line, also including the midnight package. Now, as you notice, a lot of the chrome pieces are much darker here. The emblem is all black, so it just kind of darkens all the little chrome pieces. And I think I really like this kind of a smoke finish to the chrome pieces too. Just kind of sets it off very, very nicely. And it's just not all black and kind of boring. But again, our fully loaded model here. Going into 2020, Toyota added a lot of features. Now, starting at the front here, you're going to notice this plate, and this is where the radar for our pre-collision system is housed. And then we also have the camera, and both of these working together to read traffic ahead of us and work for pre-collision system, as well as lane departure warnings and so on. So all those features standard from the bottom all the way up. Now, starting with the SR5 model, you're going to get mechanically the same, but different wheel, the fabric seats and so on. Jumping into the premium will buy me more leather seats. I have to talk to you about a couple of different models. We make it in off-road and the famous TRD Pro. So off-road, different wheels, different suspension, tuned for just that. If you go with the TRD Pro, now we take it a step further. There aren't quite as many of those available, but extremely, extremely capable. Now, coming around here at this level, we're going to get the smart key system. So as long as you have the key on your person, you're able to just grab the handle, it unlocks the door, and now it opens up this really nice interior. We'll spend a little bit more time on the other part here to show you all the changes that Toyota's made. But as you can see, the screen is a little bit more massive, really nice stitching on the seats, heated and ventilated front seats. And now if you're into the limited here, we get that full-time four-wheel drive system as well, instead of the part-time. So it's on all the time, but you can take it from high and low range. The infotainment system now features Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and Amazon Alexa. Now back here, we have a lot of room. We've added more USB 2.0 for the back seats, so everybody's able to power their own devices. We have vents to get heat and air back there very, very quickly, along with the ones under the seat. But that same leather seats with the perforation, so it actually makes it a little bit more breathable and a little bit easier to live with. Now, coming around back here, that same blackout trim is all around. That darker chrome, we have it on here. This particular one, again, being the limited, is going to give me the extra sensors into the rear bumper so I can tell how close I am. It does have a hitch standard from the factory, and these vehicles are capable of towing up to 5,000 pounds, so very, very capable. One of the top features in the 4Runner that people really, really love, and I'm in that camp, this window can be rolled down straight into the glass, so for just grabbing something really quickly. But one of the things also, even driving, I actually roll it down just a little bit because it allows me to get that nice airflow. Once the gate is fully open, you can see a huge amount of space. Back here, we can store all of your cargo very, very easily. The seats can be folded in a 40-20-40 pattern, so two people on the outside can get a really nice armrest, or we can just have two people sitting there. More power solutions here. Off to the right there, we have an extra power outlet grounded, so if you have to power up a cooler or anything like that, it's not a problem. And we can see there that JBL subwoofer, part of the system in this limited as well. Great sound quality and a lot of nice features. Now I'm going to go ahead and close this. Well, we'll come on around to the side here. And same setup. This one here gives me the 20-inch wheel, and that's the largest wheel package that we have. Again, a little bit darker because of that midnight package that we have here, but we have different shades available for the other models. Plenty of room, but take a look here. If you go with this limited, it gives me also the memory seats. So driver A and B, or 1 and 2, how you refer to them, will be able to customize a lot of the seat positions and then recall them very, very easily. Okay, so on the driver's side here, we're gonna have our power driver's seat with a power lumbar, very adjustable. We have a few more controls right on the left of the steering wheel where we can turn on or off that power switch that I showed you in the back. It has the windshield wiper de-icer control in here, so in the winter you don't have to take out your license and start scraping away at the windshield. And then the automatic high beams. Now I'm gonna show you a few more features on the inside. All right, so I'm gonna show you a lot of the changes that Toyota's made on the interior and a lot of things that he kept the same. Now starting from top here, this particular one has the moonroof and a lot of these 4Runners will. And I'm gonna have the controls up here for that. So on this side, I can adjust the tilt and all that. It has my garage door opener programmed in here. This particular vehicle will also come standard with the Safety Connect. So I'm connected with Toyota at any point in time. If any airbag should deploy, they'll come on and talk to me, send help my way. But I can also push the button 24/7 all year long to get in touch with them. Now, when you're really having fun, this is the buttons you'd want to use to turn off my traction control, turn on the active traction control, as well as the downhill assist control. And these are features that are going to allow me to go down a steep hill with the trailer at a very controlled pace. And it also allows me to tell the vehicle that I need to control the traction from the front to rear and keep moving the power to the wheels that get the best grip to keep me going. So a lot of really cool hardware if you're actually doing off-roading. I'm getting the auto dimming mirror here. Now, one of the biggest areas that Toyota's changed, I think, is going to be right here in the infotainment system. So I'm getting a much larger screen. I'm getting much upgraded controls in here. As you can see, you have the ability to navigation that shows me the traffic in the blue and I'm sorry, the green and the yellow and so on. And we can customize this home screen to put a lot of different information on here, from having my radio, my phone, and nav all in one screen, or every time I touch it, it kind of blows that one into a full screen. So very, very easy to work, also with a lot of voice commands. Right below it, we have our climate control, and you're gonna have these really big knobs on here that I'm gonna use to adjust the temperature from driver to passenger. We can do individual temperatures or combine them. So if I'm wearing gloves, very, very easy to adjust. Right below that, my first USB, as well as my heated and ventilated seats. And now a little further down here in front of the shifter, we have our four-wheel drive control. So as I mentioned earlier, in the Limited, we get a full-time four-wheel drive. It's on all the time. I have the ability to go from four-wheel drive high to four-wheel drive low. And low range allows me to put an incredible amount of torque to the ground. So when I'm really pulling heavy weights in bad conditions to get them going, I'm thinking at the end of the year, a boat, and when the ramps are really, really mushy and terrible, you can put it in low range. And locking it will allow me to lock the power front to rear and just kind of put, again, a lot of power to get me going. Hardware there, transmission, rock solid. We've been using this transmission in the 4Runner for a very long time. And one of my favorite buttons here is right here, refers to that back window that I mentioned earlier. And I have the ability to kind of roll it down. Now, we talked a little bit about having this leather wrap steering wheel too. I think it just feels great in the hand. Your hand just kind of falls in the position there quite nicely. And we are able to adjust the volume, control our radio and so on, answer phone calls. Now on this side here, I'm able to adjust some of the safety features that I have, my lane departure, as well as the pre-collision, as well as the cruise control. I can use this button to preset the distance between me and the vehicle in front of me. This button here allows me to customize one page. So most of us have a screen that we tend to kind of go to. I can just access it very, very quickly. But from here, a lot of different options that I have. So this is my electronics screen that shows me my lane departure and things of that nature. Any messages would pop up on here. And in the setting, I can go customize all these individual settings to what I like. And as we keep moving further, I like that electronic speedometer that's been added on here. Very easy to see the information very quickly. Tire pressure on all of my tires, including the spare tire. And then the steering wheel angle. So for off-road situations, this is actually pretty awesome because it lets you know really where your steering wheel is pointed. A little bit further here, this is my compass, but it also gives me turn-by-turn direction in there should I have the navigation going, and my radio screen. So a lot of information on here, very easy to read, very easy to get at. The bottom line is, as I mentioned earlier again, this 4Runner is one of the few vehicles that will still have a truck base for an SUV. It shares a lot of the underpinnings with the Tacoma, and it's been around for a very long time, and Toyota is going to just keep giving us this vehicle as an alternative to the Highlander. So if you are looking for a truck, not so much an SUV, this would definitely be one of the very few that you can have on your list. Very powerful, family friendly, and the reliability has just been incredible. So we'd love to show you more about this new 2020 Toyota 4Runner. I'm Badu from Brookdale Toyota, and I thank you for watching.